Hi. We'll give it a minute before we'll let everyone jump on who wanted to join the call. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not a very good dancer, but I enjoy it. Wow! We've got lots jumping on. Hi, Sarah from New Zealand. Woohoo! You're 3 hours ahead. I'll turn the music down. You guys are 3 hours ahead of us at the moment, but only for this week. I hope you're warming up over there. I think, let me just turn this music off. I think it's been really, my brother lives in New Zealand. I think it's been really cold for you all lately over there. Hi everyone, lots of people jumping on. Welcome. Say good day. Let me know where you're from. Where in the world are you checking in from? It's a global community. The Fast 800 Diet community is for anyone and everyone all around the world. So type in the comments, where are you from? And say good day. Sue Salt. Hi from the UK. Hi Sue, how you going? Must be morning there for you, around 9 o'clock, I would guess. Fantastic. Where's everyone else from? We've got over 30 people joining the call at the moment, and it's coming up. So I'm going to I'll just wait another minute. Let everyone get a chance to jump on. I do move very quickly. I'm a fast-paced person. So if I'm going too fast, give me a whoa, slow down, Lyndall, and I'll slow down because I do tend to move at quite a fast speed. So let me know. The guys that I coach always say, give me a minute. Hi from Bali. Hi, Erna. Mari from North London. Hi, Mari. Linda from Tasmania. Nice. Linda, love it. I love it. Well, that's awesome, Linda. And Sue, I'm great. And yes, it's morning here. Awesome. Shanae from Ireland. Oh no, hurricane there. The weather's really bad, is it, Shanae? Oh, that's terrible. I hope you keep safe there. And Rabita from Perth. Hi, Rabita. How are you? Welcome. I've got my notes down, so I'll try not to glance too often down below, but I've got lots of questions written down throughout this call. If you do have a question, Fiona. Hi, Fiona. Good to see you from Dover, UK. The White Cliffs. Lionel from Brisbane. Hi, Lionel. Yeah, so I've got lots of questions. If you have a question, type it in the comments and I'll answer it. I've got questions that people had sent in to me and some commonly asked questions that we have. So I'll dive in. So just to give you an idea, I started this awesome Facebook community. You guys are what makes it awesome. So many great people from all around the world who show so much respect for each other, encourage each other, and really support each other. So it's just phenomenal to see it flourish and grow as it has. So I started it in January this year when I started the Fast 800 Diet myself. My beautiful mother-in-law had suggested it to me, and I'm quite thick-skinned, so I took it as a sign of love and got the book, skimmed through it over a day, and then I started on a Sunday, got started, and I think I started this Facebook community on the Monday because I knew I needed more help than just what I was getting, what I was providing for myself. So started it and got going. So I lost 23 kilos, which is over 50 pounds. And then I've maintained that as well in a healthy BMI range for since I got down to the healthy BMI range. So I still have a goal to lose a little bit more, but I've been happy since I reached that healthy BMI range. So I want to help as many of you as possible achieve that as well. And that's why I'm here, and I'm still showing up to help as many of you get there as well. So some of the questions we have, I'm going to start off with a really basic question. What is the Fast 800 diet? And I know often when we see these posts come through the feed, many people roll their eyes and think, how did you get here if you don't know what the diet is? But I don't know how people do get here into our community without knowing what the diet is, but it happens. So for anybody that doesn't know what the Fast 800 diet is, in a very quick nutshell, hi Kylie from Perth, Carol from the UK, hi guys, welcome. So in a really quick nutshell, eating a Mediterranean style diet, which is proven to be the most recommended for health and longevity. The studies have shown that is the best recommended diet for that. 800 calories a day on your fasting days. And then in a time restricted window. So you would eat in a 12-hour window, fast for 12 hours. And so if you're eating Fast 800 7 days a week for those first 12 weeks for the rapid fat loss, you would be eating, the book recommends eating in a 12-hour window. We'll talk a little bit later around how you can play around with that as well. So that's the Fast 800 diet in a nutshell, focusing on mindfulness, reducing your stress levels, and that's it. So I do, though, strongly recommend everybody reads the book. It's cheap as cheap. Like, you know, I think it's maximum $20, but it's life-changing book. So get the book if you haven't read it. And I skimmed through it very quickly, but I read and reread it as I got started, as I went on my journey, because you kind of forget what you read sometimes and need to tweak things. So that's how I did it. Everybody's different in their approach as well, but do what works for you, but get the book if you haven't got it. I hate for us all to sound like broken records in the group, but really get the book and read it. So the next question is, what does WOE stand for? And that's way of eating, or WOL, way of life. A lot of people don't like to use the term diet, so it's just the way of eating. What macros should I eat? Tracking your macros. For me, I didn't track my macros. I ate 50 to 60 grams of protein, which is what's recommended in the book. Outside of that, I didn't track fat or carbohydrates. I did track everything I ate, calories, in MyFitnessPal, which incidentally tracked my macros, but I didn't focus on them, and it was really random when I did look at them, and they weren't aligned to what there's macros that are going around the group, which apparently have come from the online program that Dr. Michael Mosley runs, and he recommends those calories, those macros. In the early days when I was doing the 12 weeks, there was a post from his paid membership group that just said, we don't recommend tracking macros. However, if you do want to track them, and they gave the percentages for what they could be, and they're in our Fast 800 diet community as well. So in the units tab there, all that information is in there. But I didn't track. I only tracked protein, and I didn't even track that every day. I found if I was feeling tired, I'd check my protein, and my protein would be low. If I was feeling hungry, I'd check my fat content and my macros, and my fat would be low, so I would increase my fat. If I was feeling, so carbs didn't affect me at all, and I kept them to vegetables, but I just went by how my body was feeling, and it really helped me learn the language, of what my body is speaking, and know what to do. Now that I'm in maintenance, if I'm tired, I have a great meal of protein. If I'm hungry, I have a great meal of good fat. So it's just finding, understanding how your body's responding and finding how to serve it, the best food. But if you're the type of person that does want to track your macros, go ahead and do it. You can find all the details in the unit section of our Fast 800 Diet community. But if you're if you're trying to get started and you've failed a lot of different diets, I would say keep it as simple as you can. Keep it as simple as possible. Track your calories, weigh, measure, and track every calorie you put in your mouth. This is my recommendation. And then make sure you're tracking your protein as well to be 50 grams a day minimum, and that keep it simple. Next question is, what is TRE? And that's time restricted eating. So those windows that you would eat within. Next question, how many hours should I be fasting for? So the book recommends in the Fast 800 12 weeks plan, first 12 weeks, the rapid fat loss, to be fasting for 12 hours and eating within a 12-hour window. I built my way up to a 16-8 fast and eating window. So I was eating in an 8-hour window, and I felt great on that. And I did that over the course of a few weeks. And fasting is really like exercise. I've done a few longer fasts since. Fasting is like exercise. You can't just go out and run a marathon. You need to build up to it, or you're setting yourself up for failure. So I would recommend starting with the book, right, with what it says, 12-hour fasting, 12-hour eating window, and see how you go. If you feel like you want to speed it up a bit longer, try 13 hours with an 11-hour eating window, and just slowly change it. But find what works for you. I have to say hello to a few people who have jumped on. We've got Christine from England. Hi, Christine. Annabelle from Port Stevens. Hi, Annabelle. Vicky. Hi, Vicky. No worries at all. Scotland. Beck from Mildura. Hi, Beck. Joanne. Hi, Joanne. Keeping it simple has kept me on track. Yes, Joanne. And that's how I went the distance as well. Hi, Jill. That's how I went the distance, and that's my motto. Like, keep it simple. Make decisions that will help you go the distance. And I'll talk about milk in tea and coffee, but milk in tea and coffee helped me make the distance, go to goal weight. So if I was forcing myself black coffee every morning, I wouldn't have made it. So yeah, we'll talk about that after. Let's have a look at the next question. Where am I at? If I exercise, can I add the calories back to my food allowance? Listen to your body is my recommendation. And by the way, I'm not a healthcare professional. I'm not this is my experience and I'm sharing with you. So seek medical advice. I'll put that clause in there. Seek medical advice where I'm not associated to the Fast 800 diet book. I'm not associated to Michael Mosley. I'm me. I started the community. I'm trying to help you, and that's it. So seek medical advice. Hiya, Annette. How are you? We've got Victoria from Cornwall. Hi, Victoria. Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. Dawn. Hi, Dawn from England. Sam, you explain things so well. Thanks. You're welcome. Thanks, Sam. Elizabeth from the UK and Michelle from Ireland. Hi, guys. Welcome. Oh, Jill's from Balcombe Hills. Hi, Jill. So good to see you. So where was I at? I do lose my spot. Okay. If I exercise, can I add the calories back to my food allowance? I would say don't. See how your body feels. I actually trained for a triathlon from week 5, I think it was. And I did my triathlon in week 13. So I was solid training. I think I did about 3 sessions a week in that period. And I only added extra calories in the final week before my triathlon. And I did really well, but I actually think I would have performed better in the race in a fasted state. And I've been doing a lot of research about fasting, and a lot of athletes are fasting for their performance in events as well. So I think it's our mindset that makes us think we need to add calories because we're burning calories. But if you're in it for rapid fat loss and weight loss, try not to add those calories back and change your thinking to think that you're actually more energized by those 800 calories. If, however, you're feeling very unwell and you feel like you need to eat more food, eat more food. It sounds like common sense, but don't get so caught up in the diet. Just track your weight loss, if that makes sense. Anna from Barcelona. Hi, Anna. Mariki. Is it Mariki? Marik from South Africa. Oh, thanks, Marik. Marique, I think it's Marique. I have friends who watch these calls sometimes and laugh at how I try to pronounce names. Hi Paula from the UK, how are you? All right, next one. I hope that answered the question. So don't add the calories back if you exercise unless you feel like your body needs them, and then add good calories. Make sure you're feeding your body nutrient foods. Okay. Does milk break a fast? Woo! This is the big question that comes around every week or so. It's on loop in the in the community. Yes, milk will break your fast. However, I would ask you to think, why are you fasting? So if you're fasting for weight loss, which I would assume most of us are fasting for, I would say, so I've had milk in my coffee every morning, most mornings since I started, and it did not affect my weight loss. Check though, monitor your weight loss. Have some milk in your morning coffee and see how it's affecting your weight loss. And I go for full fat milk as well, cow's milk, full fat cow's milk. But whatever milk you prefer, if you need milk in your coffee, and if that will take you the distance to your goal weight, I would recommend putting milk in your coffee if your goal for your fast is weight loss. If your goal for your fast is autophagy, which is, renewing those cells, it will break your fast, and but autophagy just doesn't start until 24 hours, or I think it's like 17 to 24 hours that starts. So you're not likely getting the full benefits of that anyway. And then the research is quite new on autophagy, so it's still unproven as to whether coffee itself or any calories itself will break your fast. And then there's also research being done that suggests perhaps certain drinking water may break your, break autophagy as well. So that's getting quite technical, but if you're fasting for weight loss and you need to have milk in your tea or coffee to go the distance to your goal weight, do it. If you enjoy black coffee or black tea, enjoy it. But that's my take, and everybody has a different take. There's some people who are hard and fast with the rules and probably turning in their chairs or on their couch right now watching this because it's, milk and coffee and tea is a big no-no. But Dr. Michael Mosley was in Australia recently and had suggested that you could have skim milk, a dash of skim milk, which is funny because it goes against his previous advice of having full cream dairy products. So there's so much information, so many conflicting informations out there. So find what works for you and do it, right? I hope that helps. We've got Alice from Scotland. Hi, Alice. Kim, what advice do you give to stay motivated? What advice do I give to stay motivated? You need to set goals. So I hope you have goals. And then I would stay connected with the community. So success really is, it's 10% strategy, so the Fast 800 diet, 10% community, so we've got our Fast 800 diet community, and then 80% of it really is mindset. And so I would be focusing on your goals and your figures every day and making sure you're saying them in your head over and over as well. It's quite bizarre, but there was points in time where I was like chanting numbers in my head as I stood on the scales, and then the number would appear and it was like a number that shouldn't have come up because it was such a, those days where you've got to reweigh 3 times because you just don't believe it. That's where I was at sometimes with the focus of the weight loss. So set yourself some goals and track them, whether you need to do pen and paper or whether it's just through the apps. But stay connected with the community. That will help you a lot as well. I wasn't going to announce it tonight, like share it with you guys, but I am going to do a Fast 7 challenge in the community. Not next week. My kids are on school holiday, so I don't have much time and I work. But the following week, I was going to kickstart a 7-day challenge so that we could either those that are already started, motivate them and push you all moving forward faster. And then those that haven't started and have been watching on, lurking, I was hoping that this 7-day challenge would kickstart you all into getting started. So I've been telling people that it's like the end of a decade that we're coming up to, right? So we're actually finishing out a decade and we're going to be starting a new decade. So we really need to be taking with us what we want to into that new decade and making this decade we're leaving really count as well. And there's still time. There's still time to drop some great weight and move into the next decade feeling amazing. So that's the idea of it. What have we got? Donna. Hi, Donna. Gail from sunny South Africa. Hi, Gail. Sue, being a part of this group has been the best motivation for me. Yes, that's awesome. Annette, still or sparkling water? Love sparkling, but struggle to drink still water. Annette, I wish I knew the answer, but I don't. But I think sparkling is totally fine. Let me get back to that. I need to make a note so I can answer that question for you. Hang on. I'll just grab a pen and write that down so that I've got an idea. So I've got a note to remind me. Still or sparkling. And then I'll just comment on your comment. I'll come back into it once I post this live in the group, and I'll come back into it and I'll answer your question. All right. And if anyone watching knows the answer to that, please answer it for Annette. I think you can comment for her. Thank you, Christine. Christine says, yes, sparkling is fine. Thanks, Christine. The beauty of the community. Mandy says, great idea, just what I need. Awesome. And I love these Fast 7 challenges. They really boost. You can drop some really good weight when you're really switched on and focused and driven to drop good weight. I've got loads more questions to come. Can I eat recipes not in the book? Absolutely. I think this question came up a lot before the recipe book came out and we saw the variety that we all can see now that's offered. Because when when some of us started, there was only one book. In actual fact, I didn't cook a meal from the book, a recipe from the book, until I think I was in like week 8 or something. Like I was a fair way on my journey. And I just adapted all the recipes that I was already cooking for my family. So, once you know the principles, you can, adapt your life to suit those principles as well. And yeah, I think that covers that question. When you do 5-2, should you stick to TRE? So 5-2 is the 5 days not counting calories, 2 days fasting, which is 800 calories each day. And TRE is the time restricted eating. So you should, in my opinion, you should. I have been, but I love time restricted eating. I love intermittent fasting. They're the same thing. I really enjoy it. I feel good for it. If I was to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I would feel sick, and I would feel too full, and I would feel really lethargic. And I have a lot of energy, and I've had a lot of energy since probably week 2, I think. I started running up the stairs at home. And even when I go off plan now, I've still got a lot of energy, and I think that is because of the time restricted eating I do. I fast every day until about 10 or 11, sometimes 12, depending on my work, if I'm really focused. So, you'd probably, once you get started and you're doing that time restricted eating or the intermittent fasting, your body starts to enjoy it, and you start to realize just how much food, I was thinking when I started feeling great, far out, I never gave my body a break to digest food. I would shove food in, I was always eating and I was always filling myself up. And I never actually had a break. And if I was tired, I ate more thinking I was going to energize myself, but it never came. The energy never came. So, time restricted eating is if you're not even going to do 800 calories, just start intermittent fasting. Just start time restricted eating. It's the best thing ever. So I would encourage you to continue that. Yes, on the 5-2 diet. Where am I at? This next one comes up a lot. I don't know. I haven't seen it lately, but it might have been up there. I'm constipated. Help! So, I've done a fair bit of research around this as well, and quite often constipation comes with headaches too, and or cramps. Sorry, muscle cramps. And the two of them are linked if you do have both of them. And it's usually a deficiency in magnesium. And if you're coming off the back of a high carbohydrate diet, your body will have used a lot of magnesium to, digest the carbohydrates. And so your body will be low in your magnesium. So increasing your magnesium is the best way to start. If you've got headaches, I'd have some salt with that as well. But then there's other things you can do as well. So make sure you're drinking enough water, first and foremost. And a lot of people are drinking enough water and it's not helping. It's because you need the magnesium. You can also add psyllium husks to your, and you can get them in capsule form if you don't like the gluggy liquid that they come in, like, that it forms as well. So psyllium husks or the vegetable okra also helps. So you could try some of that as well. But first, I would say increase your magnesium and your water and see if that helps you out. And it should get things moving. Careful you don't swing the other way and be at the toilet too often, because high magnesium can do that. So just make sure you read the packet and find the amount that you need and go from there. The other question I had was, will I get loose skin if I lose weight too fast? So I lost 20 kilos in 20 weeks, which is quite fast. And I don't have loose skin, except for my mum tum, where I carried kids and grew kids in my stomach or in my womb. That's like, it's like any mum. I think most mums have it. But other than that, my skin's nice and tight. But I think that's down to the intermittent fasting and reaching autophagy in some of my extended fasts as well. So it is important to do that time restricted eating and try to build your way up to, I was doing 16/8 fasts most days. So I think that helps with the loose skin. And then once you get to go away, I think there's so many things you can try to help out that loose skin if you do get any, if you do have any. But I don't have any loose skin. I don't know if you can see that. There's no loose skin there, except for where I had a baby, 2 babies. So that's it. I think that's the end of the questions that I have. Let me see if there's any. Gwyneth. Hi, Gwyneth. I love TRE too. For memories has been the key to success. I think that means it's been your key to success. It has for mine. Oh, for me. Sorry, you corrected yourself. For me, it has been the key for success. Absolutely. Me too. I've just encouraged my dad to start TRE. Lives by himself, eats what he wants. But I've encouraged him to have, to fast and skip breakfast. And he's been doing it for a week and a half and feeling good already. I also had a friend who was diagnosed with fatty liver, and he just did intermittent fasting or time restricted eating, and he dropped so many kilos, and he eats healthily, but he dropped them just eating the same kind of foods that he was eating. So it makes a huge difference. Almost pronounced correctly. Oh, thank you. Do you take a vitamin supplement on the Fast 800? I don't, and I didn't. But I think everybody's different. I'm not really into supplements because I don't know. I haven't had my blood test done, and I don't know what I'm missing, and I don't want to just take something just in case. So if I was to take a multivitamin, or a vitamin supplement, I would want to have my blood test done and know exactly why I'm taking it, and be taking the right ones, like the best quality supplements as well. But that's my approach. I grew up taking lots of supplements, and so maybe that's why I'm supplement adverse at the moment. Any other questions that you guys have at the moment? We've still got a bit of time. It's half an hour. We're on the half hour, but I've got time. My kids are at a sleepover tonight, so I've got some time. Any other questions that you all have before we finish up there? And in terms of the 7-day challenge that we'll be doing, you'll hear more about that over the next week. So don't stress. I'll be announcing that, putting some posts up in the group so that you can see it. If you haven't started the Fast 800 diet and you want to get started, I would say get started. That's my advice. Get started is my number one advice. No matter what, like just get started and then tweak it when you need to, right? Just stumble through it if you need to. If you're like, just don't be worried, get started. Don't worry about making a mistake or any of that. You're going to learn and you're going to be able to move forward. So just get started. And the group, the community is here to answer any questions that you have as well. And then my second piece of advice is if you have started, keep going. It's the only way you're going to get to your goal weight is to keep going. Even if you fall down, get back up. If you fall down for a month, get back up. The only way you're going to fail is if you stay down. So stand back up, get back on board and keep going. Even if you switch to 5-2 or 3-4, whatever your formula turns out to be, but keep going no matter what. and you'll get there. Do you recommend weighing every day or weekly? Celeste. Hi, Celeste. I recommend finding what motivates you. So for me, weighing daily when I was doing weight loss was really motivating for me. And it also helped me learn how much my body fluctuates in weight without any reason sometimes. And so it taught me to detach from the weight on the scales, like what it said. Emotionally, I was able to disconnect from that emotionally, and now I don't feel like that's my weight, yes, but I don't even feel like it affects me in any way whatsoever if it's up or down now. Like even when I was on my journey, it's once I was weighing daily and I was seeing, okay, the 28th day of every month, my weight's going to go up and it's going to stay up for 2 days and then it'll drop. And I was watching those trends as I tracked it. And, if I ate later last night, the weight is up this morning. If I didn't have enough water, my weight would go up. So I was able to see and kind of troubleshoot better with more information. And I just looked at it as data gathering. So if that is how you can do it, do it. If you are totally demotivated and you'll start eating anything in sight because the weight on the scale is up, I would say weigh weekly. And it doesn't even have to be one or the other. I have a friend who weighs weekly, but does some sneaky weigh-ins between when she's feeling good to motivate herself. So pick what works for you and do that. That's my advice for the weighing. How is the weight loss going in your private group? Really good. We're on the back of we did a 7-day challenge. We do a 7-day challenge every 4th week of the month. So we did that last week and there was so much weight loss and everyone was so motivated and energized that we've decided to do an unplanned 7-day challenge as well. So we're backing it up with a 7-day challenge. I had tried previously to do a 14-day challenge, which didn't motivate. Actually, they were all motivated because there was a great prize that I offered in that competition. But I think sneaking in an extra 7-day challenge works better. But the weight loss is going great, and I don't have a figure. I would love to share a figure with you. I'll have to get one out. We've got I should have them tomorrow, so I'll share that with you. But I think the sneaky 7 day challenge has really been great for them all. Where am I at? Brent. Hi, Brent. The books, the calories at the top, is that per meal or per serve, please? Let me see if I've got my book. I've got the recipe book. Per serve. It's per serve. It says it per serve. Yeah. So that'll give you the per serve amount there. Sue says totally, and Sam says needed that. Fantastic. Helen, I normally weigh Mondays, but decided to get weighed today and have lost 4 pounds. Woohoo! 2 stone loss. That's awesome. You haven't lost them, you just chucked them. Yeah, you're not going to find them again. I think if you're needing a boost, a midweek weigh-in is okay. Absolutely, Helen. Totally agree with you. If you're a weekly weigher, yeah. And also you can, like, you don't have to weigh on a Monday. If you're a weekly weigher, it doesn't have to be a Monday. You can choose to weekly weigh on a Wednesday or a Thursday. Like, it's funny how a lot of us create these restrictions on ourselves where that there's no need for them or no reason for them. So we can weigh whenever we want to weigh. We can do a weekly weigh-in whenever we want to do a weekly weigh-in. Make it up and make it suit you in your life as well. So if I was to weigh on a Monday, I don't think that would motivate, like just weekly weigh-in on a Monday, I don't think that would motivate me as much, because I know my greatest weight on the scales is usually a Thursday or Friday, because I've had a great week coming through. Then that's maybe just in maintenance mode, but so I know what my rhythm of my week looks like there as well. When doing 5-2, do the 800 days need to be consecutive days? No, they don't. Hi, Diane. They don't. Whatever days you want, and I do them. I don't even, like, that's another, like, one of those things we don't need to set. Like, make a plan at the beginning of the week, but so you don't go crazy all week, but it doesn't have to be the same days every week. So I fit mine in with my life. So if I know I've got birthdays coming up or events, I'll schedule my 800 calorie days around that, and they change weekly as well. How do we join? Hi Celeste, how do we join the 7-day challenge? I'll be putting that in the Fast 800 Diet Community Facebook group, so you'll hear about that. My kids are on school holidays this next week, so it'll be the week after that it starts. But from Monday, you'll hear about it. So I'll have a post in the group that you'll see. I'll pin it to the top, so you'll be able to see it when you go into the group there. Just to say hi and love your ebook recipes. Oh, hi Rivka. Doing well. Last day of week 6 tomorrow. Woo, loving it. That's awesome. And thank you. Those recipes I was sharing a lot on Instagram and Facebook, and then people were asking for the recipe. And so it took a lot of effort to write down things I'd been cooking without a recipe for so many years. So I've been married for 10 years and I've just been cooking all this food for 10 years. And then I had to actually measure how much olive oil I was putting in, how much carrot I was putting in. And then, so I'm glad you like it. That's a long story for a short comment. Sorry. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Brent again. Hi, Brent. Again, the novel book, not recipe book. Doesn't state per meal, per serve. So would you think per serve in the novel? Thank you. I made steak and cannellini mash at 340 calories, serves 2. So I was wondering if that was 340 each. Okay, that's 340 each. So the total serves 2 would probably total 680. Sorry, my maths. Yeah, so that's 340, per serve. Thanks, Rebecca. Everybody give Rebecca a wonderful clap. She is one of the amazing moderators. Her and Ria do such a great job for the community as well. The work that they put in is just amazing. So give her some hearts and some love, because she's awesome and puts in a lot of work for our community. Any other questions before we finish up there? I hope it's been helpful for you all. I hope I can encourage some of you to get started even before we start the Fast 7 challenge. Get started today, get started tomorrow, wherever you are, just get started. And then I hope it encourages some of you who might have been feeling flat to keep going, to pick things up and to push on. You've got to get to your goal weight. It's, life is so good, and it will help you live your best life. I was super happy before I lost all this weight. I was a very happy person, very positive. I enjoyed the work that I do. I was just tired, and now I'm super, super, super happy and feeling amazing. So, it's not to say you're not happy now. It's just to say, if you were to get to your goal weight and feel energetic all the time and great, it's totally worth it. And it's the easiest way to lose weight I've ever done. Joe, hi, where can I find your ebook? Thank you. It is in the unit section of the group. So there should be there is a units tab. And then let me just look on my laptop. Hang on a minute. and see which tab it's in. It's in Unit 2, and it's called Free Recipe Book. So you can download it there. Thanks, Sue. Rabita is replying to Joe, her Instagram account. I missed Joe's comment. Sorry, Joe. I don't know. The ebook. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, but it is in our Fast 800 Diet community, and you can get it there. It's in the unit section. Lorna, how do I find the ebook, please? Fast 800 Diet Community Units tab, and then it's in Unit 2 of that. And there's heaps. If you haven't looked in that unit section, there's lots of free resources in there for you to find information and look through. Thank you, Brent. You're welcome. You're welcome, Helen. Thanks, Robin. Easiest. I'll second that. Yes. Oh, easiest diet. Absolutely, Gwyneth, isn't it? It's just very easy. So, there's hard days, but also if you look at the journey as a whole, it's pretty easy, and it makes you feel so good, and it's not as restrictive as every other diet that you've been on, that it is for life. So I truly believe, and that's why I'm here still showing up, because I believe it's life-changing, not just a period of your life that it'll change. It will change your whole life. And people's health, right? There's people reversing diabetes in the group. In the coaching group I run, one lady's come off her diabetes medication, her insulin, which is just amazing. It's just phenomenal. Rebecca says, Brent, in the book, at the start of the recipe section after chapter 8, it says all calorie counts are per portion. Awesome, Rebecca. You've always got the information. Thank you so much. Mandy, wow, who provides all that information? We've collected it. I've put it all in there, in there for everyone to access. And people are adding to it because we are a community. There's areas where you can comment. There's, I love, I was reading through it today, top tips for new starters. It's in there, it's a post, and then people are commenting their top tips. So if anyone here has started and you're doing really well, jump back into that post and comment what your top tips would be for any other new starters reading that, because as they come into the group now, they're led through all those posts to help them become educated when they are posting comments in our group. So I've tried to set it up so that people are at a certain level of information before they ask a question in the group to help us all as well. Sue, thank you so much for creating this group. You're so welcome, Sue. Agree, life-changing way of eating. Go all of us. Woo, Rivka. I must have a good look at it. Yeah, you should, Mandy. It's there's heaps of information in there, and if you have any suggestions as well, let me know. I was really keen to put in there a list of permitted foods, but I haven't had the chance to create one, and there was one in there from another group that someone had posted, but I needed to take that down for copyright reasons. So if anyone in our community wants to create a list of permitted foods that isn't at risk of copyright, you're all welcome to do it, or anyone is welcome to do it, and we can post that in there because I think everyone would love that. But I think it's also so many grey areas there, and it's really a good idea to learn yourself rather than look at a list of what you can and can't have. So awesome. I think that's it. I'm going to finish up. Thank you so much for joining. I hope it's been super helpful for you. I will post this call in the group so people can watch the replay. Feel free to comment and ask more questions, and I'll be chatting away in the comments for the next half hour, and we'll have some fun. I'll see you next week. I'm going to do another live next week to talk to you about the Fast 7 Challenge. So have a great week until then. Take care, guys. Bye.